Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is Charles Beatty. I'm the CEO here at Mississippi Food Network, and I have the distinct honor and privilege of opening this press conference today by welcoming each and every one of you here on this chilly but pleasant Mississippi morning. We are indeed grateful to have each and every one of you here, and particularly honored to have the CEOs of our sister food bank from Feeding the Gulf Coast, Theodore, Alabama, Michael Ledger, Mid-South Food Bank, Memphis, Tennessee, Kathy Pope, with us to hear about the good news, a great opportunity for our great state that our Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce is about to share with you. So without further ado, it is my privilege to introduce and turn the mic over to Mississippi Commissioner of Agriculture and Commerce, who is no stranger to the work we do here at Mississippi Food Network, the Honorable Andy Gibson. Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you, Doctor. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's give him a hand of all the great work he and the Food Network here do. We're gathered here today at a historic moment in the history of Mississippi. You know, local food is important. Matter of fact, I would say there's no more important issue in the world we live in today than local Mississippi food. And we just published a book on the history of the Department of Agriculture. I'll talk more about it in the days to come, but the Department of Agriculture was formed in 1906, and it's interesting to go back and read the history of that. You know what the legislature was interested about in 1906 when it formed this agency? Local food. And here we are in 2022 talking about the critical importance of local food. Today, we are delighted to announce the Mississippi Local Food Assistance Program. It is the first of its type in the state of Mississippi. It is a way we are going to connect Mississippi farmers with people in need across this state, people in underserved communities who are, in many cases, going hungry right now. We're living in a time of unprecedented inflation and fuel costs and all of the other challenges that people are facing. And as we enter this holiday season of Thanksgiving, it's a good time for us, and we felt like this was the right time to make this announcement, because this is another way we can reach out and not only help our neighbors in need, but also help and support our local farmers. You know, we're all about that at the Department of Agriculture. This program is in response to a variety of challenges that we've been facing in this state and really all across America. You know about the supply chain challenges that we have had, the transportation costs, the lingering effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. And you all know that the Mississippi River is going dry. Now that is a historic moment. We've been watching that, and we've been preparing. And this is a moment that we have to rise to the challenge and to announce this program in such a way that we're going to connect Mississippi's local food producers, some of whom are gathered here today. We have several farmers over here. Thank you for being here today. We're going to connect these farmers with these food banks right here in the central Mississippi, the Mississippi Food Network, Feeding the Gulf Coast on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and of course, Mid-South Food Bank in North Mississippi. Can we give all of our food banks another hand? Thank you for the great work you do, especially during these times. So we're supporting our local producers. Agriculture is the state's largest industry. Last year, our producers produced over $8 billion in Mississippi products, ag commodities, and set an all-time record, as a matter of fact. Our farmers are resilient. They have never stopped farming. The effects of inflation that we as consumers have all felt, and people who are watching on TV, everyone has felt it in the grocery store and at the gas pump. But the farmers have experienced it perhaps worse than anybody. The cost of fertilizer have doubled. The cost of fuel to run the tractors has skyrocketed. And not to mention the transportation costs with the logistical challenges that we face. Just getting what we need to grow our food has cost more. But I want to thank our farmers for not stopping. Can we give our farmers a hand? Thank you for what you are doing each and every day. And so now consumers are, like never before, looking for those local food sources. And I appreciate the food banks here in the state, because you're doing really the Lord's work in connecting people who may not have the resources to buy food for their families. And when you think about people in need, like senior citizens and children, and those when families who are struggling right now with these inflation pressures that have come our way, this new local food initiative will benefit our local farmers and food producers at the same time that it benefits people in need all across Mississippi, underserved communities. We're thinking about the socially disadvantaged, like our farmers, some of whom are here. We want to help one another, and what a great way to do that. So the Mississippi Local Food Purchase Assistance Program is a partnership that we have entered into with the United States Department of Agriculture. It is a 2-year program. We just received, as our agency has just received, nearly $3 million as a beginning point of this program, and it will be for the next 2 years or until the funds are utilized. And that money will be used to purchase local food from local farmers. And today we're announcing, and we invite all of our farmers to sign up. We've got a website here that we are created, and we are tracking those who have these local food products to sell. Some of our farmers have already signed up. Farmers can start signing up today and continue to do so. The way this is going to work, it is going to increase the distribution of locally grown, raised, crafted, made products, all type of food products. And I'll talk about some of those types of products in just a moment. But it will increase economic opportunities also across Mississippi as we support our producers in socially disadvantaged areas and difficult challenges that they've been facing. We have partnered to get this done. Rather than growing the bureaucracy of state government, we have decided to partner, and I think it's a beautiful partnership between the food banks, Mississippi Food Network, that serves 56 counties of Mississippi, Mid-South Food Bank, 18 counties, and Feeding the Gulf Coast, serving 8 counties along the Gulf Coast. The food banks are going to procure locally produced food, including foods produced from local social disadvantaged farmers, distributing the food to underserved communities, people in need, through the networks that are already in place. So it just makes sense to launch this today, and especially at this time of the year. Potential foods that may be purchased and then distributed will include fresh and frozen fruits and vegetables, proteins, rice, eggs, meat, and dairy products, and processed value-added products are eligible as well. So farmers and businesses who produce these foods can sign up starting now and prepare to provide and make a great impact in a positive way for people's lives across the state who are in need. At the same time, the work we are doing through this program will help us to establish this network of local food producers throughout the state for the future. We know that as we look to the future, we must also remember our roots, and we've got to get back to the local food that we produce as a state. We have always been such a blessed state in producing our own food, and this network is going to allow us to continue to do the work necessary to not only feed ourselves, but help feed America and help feed the world as well, even when times are difficult like they are right now. And the farmers and producers are going to benefit from new market opportunities that will come as a result of this, that will last well beyond this initial round of funding. Additional beneficiaries are the folks we think about. I've been thinking about Thanksgiving. I know you have too, getting ready for that. Many of us will gather around a table with family and friends, and we will celebrate, and we'll cook a turkey or whatever you like to cook at Thanksgiving. But you know, there are people who do not have that privilege today. There are people who are struggling to make ends meet, and this is going to benefit people in need this year and in years to come. So local food is also healthier food. Let me just add that. Local food is healthy. It's good for you, and we produce it better than anybody else right here in Mississippi. So we invite you as farmers, all the farmers who are listening, to go in and sign up here and fill out this questionnaire, because we want you to be in this local food directory as our food banks are looking to procure the product that folks need. And I encourage you to sign up. And then also, I want to mention that consumers who are looking for local food, we already have programs in place where you can go find locally sourced products through our Genuine Mississippi program, genuinems.com. We've got farmers markets scattered across the state. We have 112 agritourism operations going on right now. and a Mississippi Market Bulletin, and we invite all of the folks to explore the opportunities there. But at this time, I want to recognize in turn each of our partners in this initiative, this Mississippi Local Food Assistance Program. Michael Ledger is CEO and President of Feeding the Gulf Coast, and he's going to talk about the impact on feeding the Gulf Coast and the emphasis on local food sourcing. Y'all welcome Michael Ledger. Thank you, Michael, for being here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us, and thank you for this great announcement. I think I can speak for all of us when we say we're so excited to have this program available to us. The thing I want to talk about, feeding the Gulf Coast, first of all, we serve folks along the Gulf Coast, 24 counties, including South Mississippi. One of the things we're finding a real challenge is food sourcing. Federal programs, local programs, we've had to lean more into purchasing food. Even our retail donated programs are down right now, and it's understandable because of supply chain issues we face, so many other issues, of course, transportation costs. All those things for a nonprofit are a great challenge. We try to stretch the dollar as far as we can to reach as many people in need as we can. A program like this is going to really plug us into new contacts. One of the things we find a real challenge as we're trying to source food is to find folks that can work with us. And to be able to do that locally is such a powerful tool. Not only is it going to be an economic boon to Mississippians and to these farmers that we're going to be working with, we're going to be able to take that food, put it right back into our community. Being able to connect to folks like this is going to be something not just for today, but for tomorrow and in the future, as we try to connect and make more relationships, move more pounds. Of course, one of the things we try to do is healthy food. And as he just mentioned, so much of the food grown here, sourced here, is very healthy. And we are trying to make sure as we give these nutritious foods to folks, it's going to make them better today and tomorrow. So we're really looking forward to this program, really looking forward to making new contacts. We really want to encourage all the farmers, as he mentioned, go out and get on the site so we can contact you and see how we can make a new relationship and get food to folks in Mississippi that need it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. All right. Thank you, Michael. Also with us, he's already introduced the program today, but Dr. Charles Beatty, CEO of Mississippi Food Network here in Central Mississippi, and he's going to talk about his emphasis on expanding service to those in need in this community. So y'all welcome Dr. Beatty back to the podium. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Good morning again. Mississippi Food Network serves 56 counties, some 38,000 square miles in Mississippi, using partnerships with over 400 organizations in those counties. Data tells us that there are over 400,000 food insecure households in our service area, including thousands of children and senior citizens, the most vulnerable among us. Many of the families we serve live in rural areas that have limited access to grocery stores and other sources of fresh, healthy food. The local food purchase assistance program will give Mississippi Food Network access to locally grown fresh foods, as well as the opportunity to reach previously underserved areas in our state. We're very excited about this new partnership with the Mississippi Department of Agriculture and Commerce, and we feel this is just the beginning of the many ways our food bank and Mississippi Department of Agriculture and Commerce will work together to serve our great state. Thanks again, Mr. Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Beatty. Appreciate it. And last but not least is Kathy Pope, who's CEO and President of the Mid-South Food Bank that serves North Mississippi. Welcome, Kathy, here today. Thank you, Kathy. Appreciate you. All right.
Thank you, Commissioner, for having us, and Dr. Beatty for hosting this event today. We are very excited at Mid-South Food Bank about what this is going to mean to our communities, the impact that we are going to be able to have, particularly on our underserved communities and our rural communities. So Mid-South Food Bank serves the 18 North Mississippi counties. We are responsible to make sure that those in need have the food that they need to live healthy lives. We work through our partner agencies here, and our warehouse here in Mississippi is in Panola County in Batesville. So the impact that this program is going to have on those that we serve is to get them that fresh produce, fresh dairy, fresh protein, right out of the ground if it's produce, onto those tables to serve those seniors that are really struggling right now, the children with the high hunger rates that we have in Mississippi. One thing that I really love about this program is being introduced to some new farmers that we haven't had relationships with. So yes, this is a 2-year program, but we intend to make sure that we have a great impact on our community well beyond those 2 years. So we're really excited about our new relationships. We're very thankful to be in this relationship with the commissioner and look forward to serving our community in better ways. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Well, I think it's all been said, but as you can tell, this is a big deal. And it's a statewide initiative. So I want all the media to make sure this gets on the Gulf Coast, the North Mississippi, Central Mississippi, because we want the word to get out, both to people in need, but also to the farmers who we want to sign up. Because this is, as I mentioned, it is a 2-year program, but it is the launching pad. And as each one of these directors has mentioned, this is the beginning of really building the local food distribution network that we really have got to have in the day that we live in today for the future of Mississippi, for the future of our country, and I'm excited to be a part of it. So we celebrate the establishment of the Mississippi Local Food Program, the Local Food Assistance Program, and we look forward to answering any questions you might have. And again, I want to thank several of our farmers who are here. Thank you for signing up, being a part of this. We look forward to working with you. And we look forward to canning Mississippi food in Mississippi again. How about that? We're going to make that happen in the days to come. Any questions? Yes. Well, the Mississippi River situation, has been rising. They released some water from Kentucky, I'm told, but that's a temporary solution. The dry levels of the Mississippi River at this point are increasing transportation costs exponentially. River traffic has been down about 80% from what it normally would be. So you can see how it's taking longer. Things are having to sit in storage longer. All this adding to rising costs. We are praying for more rain and for the river to continue to rise and get high again, but we just don't know how long that's going to take, but it is going to increase in additional costs and in transportation logistic challenges that we've been working to adapt around in Mississippi. Thank you for that. Yes.
Is there a set number of farmers that y'all are looking to partner with, or is it just a couple?
It's wide open. We want to partner with every farmer in every rural community across this state who has a product, especially our socially disadvantaged farmers. We want to connect them to this program. We want to purchase their product and then to make sure it gets to people in need. So no, there's no limit and there's no deadline, but I would encourage farmers to sign up if at all possible by the end of the year, because we want to get this program rolling. Now we have some seasonal items that are in season, but we want it to really be up and running by the time we get into the spring growing season. Yes. I looked, yeah.
But how much will we see here in these kinds of food banks? So I mean, but all of that.
You see more food in the food banks as a result.
Sure, I think, yeah, definitely we're going to see more of that food here. I mean, we're also hoping to put it directly in the hands of those folks. So while some of it, I think, will come through our facilities, as much as we can get it from the farmer directly to the client, we're very eager to do that. But I think we're all going to be leaning into that. I mean, produce is one of the most efficient ways we can provide nutrients. It's also the most cost-effective. So I think we're going to lean into it as much as we can.
You said getting it.
Prior to the pandemic, we were distributing a little over 20 million pounds. At the height of the pandemic, we distributed 42.6 million pounds. As the commissioner mentioned, we're having supply chain issues. There isn't as much food in the stores as there used to be. So this program is going to help us get more food in to get it to the people who need it.
What's the best way for those folks, as you said, getting it straight from the farmers to their hands? Is it best to go through a food bank network like you guys, depending on where they live? What's the best way for them to find out about this program to get this?
So thank you for that question. We have established a directory. We're building a directory registration for our local food producers in the state of Mississippi. at mdac.ms.gov/MSFP, if I'm reading that correct. But go to that website, check it out, and sign up. And then from that, these food banks are going to, obviously, it will make sense for them to contact the producers in their area first to provide the different products, but also a variety of products. We want this to be everything from fresh fruits and vegetables to frozen foods and processed foods. Meat is included, dairy products as well. So it will depend on what the farmers are producing, but it makes sense that they'll start in their local communities, but they can't get started talking to the farmers if the farmers don't sign up. So really the most important thing today is, in addition to announcing this, we want our farmers to sign up now through the end of the year. As soon as you can, tell us what you have to offer, and we look forward to working with them. The food banks will be reaching out to them. Others? Yeah, sure.
Once this program gets rolling and you have a lot more food coming in these food banks, there's also another need across the country to have some people in the workforce. With that increased amount of food you have here, support and for employees and all these locations going as well. So that this program.
Look, we need workforce all across Mississippi, all across the country, including on the farms. It's an issue on farms, having labor to produce what we need. So we want local workforce. We want Mississippians who will step up and do the work necessary. As I mentioned at the beginning, there's nothing more important than what we're talking about today. That's local food for local Mississippi families. And so, yes, there will be an added need for workers, and we encourage them to sign up. We've actually created on our website, we'll get to the details of that later, but a workforce opportunity portal for agriculture-related work, and people can go there and sign up. It's under our workforce development program at the Department of Agriculture website, connecting folks who want to work on the farm or in processing or food distribution, food commerce, connected them to real jobs. So thank you for that. Okay, well, thank you for supporting this. We look forward to seeing it blossom and grow, and we look forward to the future and working with our farmers and working with these food distributors, the food networks, the food banks. Let's give them all one more hand. Thank you all so much. Thank you for coming today. Thank you. All right.